Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. On this show, we like to highlight people who go above and beyond in what they offer to others. And I found somebody that has been doing this for decades. Now, we've talked with medical professionals before, but the woman that joins us today has blended that with religion, spirituality, and support. And just amazing in terms of what she offers to people at a medical center in Anchorage. And we're going to dig deep into that. She is our professional of the year. Patricia Ann Ray is on the program. Welcome. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you.
So wonderful to have you here. I have to ask, because I don't get to talk to a lot of people in Alaska. What's the weather like?
Oh, it's cold, but we just put on layers so we can stay warm.
As we do this Zoom, I see you have you have
A vest on.
a down vest on, and you're all set to go there. How much snow is on the ground?
We don't have any at this time.
What? Okay, mind blow. There you go. Wow.
The wind came and blew it away.
Seriously?
Yes.
And I just talked to somebody in Oregon, like literally 10 minutes ago, and they just got 18 inches.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Is that normal for this time of the year for you in Anchorage to not have snow on the ground?
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the things you learn. See, my perception would be, no, they're always, this time of the year, you're going to be dealing with a little bit of snow up there. Wow. How interesting.
It's on its way. It's on its way.
Yeah. Well, it's been a quiet winter here in New York. We've had barely any, although they're talking about a storm, some kind of icy thing coming very soon. You are literally at the medical center. Which one is that?
Providence, Alaska Medical Center in Anchorage, Alaska.
Wow. How long you been there?
In Anchorage, Alaska?
Well, let's go there first.
I've been in Anchorage, Alaska for 50 years. I've been at Providence for 14.
Wow. Now, not only are you, part of the healthcare world, if you will, but you offer something very different that many don't, and that's support. And do I have this right in the form of a chaplain?
Yes, I'm a mental health chaplain, and I have been a police chaplain and a prison chaplain.
How would you, let's say I run into you and for the first time, somebody introduces us and I'm not really sure what a chaplain does. Can you explain for us, a little more detail about the support that you offer?
Okay, sure. Well, first of all, I listen, okay, and encourage, try to be as compassionate as I can, realizing that I can't fix anything that they might talk about. But certainly I can listen with my heart. I can try to ease their way, be present. Those are the things that we do daily, and meet them where they are. I don't try to change anything or fix anything, but listen with my heart and try to ease their way.
Unfortunately, when you say the word chaplain, a lot of times it's connected to somebody who is there to support others at a time of end of life.
Yes.
And that is part of it. But from what I'm understanding through you, that's not at all of what you support and offer.
No, we support them on whatever journey they are on. And we try to let them know that we're not there to judge them, but to lift as they climb, to lift as we climb, to support them in any relationship, community, to help them balance their life. If it's something going on that perhaps they can't talk to with their families, they can talk to us and know that we will keep it unless it's something about suicide. And then we'll, have to report that.
Sure. And these are all people going through medical challenges, or And in the medical center for that, or is it also for mental health challenges as well?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, even financial, if we can
Mm.
make suggestions, guide them in the right direction, just ease their way.
I have to ask this question. How do you do it? How do you, because you deal with a lot, you hear a lot. And if you believe in energy, you take on the energy of others, and it can be very strong on you. I detect right away you're an empath. You can read people, maybe even a little intuitive. Um, I don't know if I have that right, but that's what I'm getting from you. How do you not internalize it and take it with you every single time? Because obviously, this is your life's work.
That's a good question. Well, I know that I have God in my life, um, and I go to Him and talk to Him and listen to Him. I expect Him to listen to me, and then I quiet myself and listen to Him. Then I take some me time for myself, you know, get away from whatever it is that trying to consume me, and just do something that makes me happy. I like to bowl. I like to travel. I
Mm,
like to spend time with my grandchildren. Uh, um, Participate in their activities, their sports, and things like that. So this way, I'm not just focusing on someone else's problem.
sure.
I've given it to my God, and I've tried to relax myself and do some activities that will just take it away.
When you're working with somebody and they're having some challenges, do you feel that spiritually, call it God, is really guiding your words? That's where it's essentially it's coming from for you to help them.
Exactly.
Hmm.
One of the things that if I know that, if the pager go off or I'm knocking on someone's door, that's one of the things I do before I enter and take a seat by the patient is talk to God and ask Him to give me the words to say,
Hmm.
lead, guide, and direct me. Um, Keep me calm. Um, Help me to continue to have an open mind, uh, non-judgmental. Um, be there for the person with my whole heart. Be present and let them know that I'm there for them.
This is going to be a question I think a lot of us ponder, but don't ask it.
Okay.
Don't really have the answer. When it comes to spiritualism, religion, God, how do you talk to God? How do you do it?
Just like I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I usually adore Him, admire Him, adoration, call Him all the things that He is to me. Excellent God, a faithful God, an awesome God, um, my everything, And so, but through the day, I just talk to Him the way I'm talking to you.
Hmm. I think in music, I played music on the radio forever. So that's my communication source. And I just got a song dropped on my head. I love reggae, along with everything else. Burning Spear is the artist. He's old school reggae, and he's got a song, and basically the chorus is "Praise your God for another day. Praise Him." And it's such a happy song. It just popped in my head just now. Um, when did you realize? And we're going a little deep here, in a different direction. When
Sure.
did you realize God was in your life?
When my mother died, I needed someone to always be there because that's the way she was. And so I gave my life to Christ, and I could just always say, Jesus, 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 Jesus. And looked like everything was quiet and he was listening. And then if I would ask him something, if he didn't respond then, he would respond just when I needed him.
Mm.
And that's how I realized that he was in my life.
How do you know that it wasn't the energy of your mom answering you?
Because mom would have been a little bit more demanding, and as mom has always been, given rules and regulations and promising, you know.
She was being mom. So you would know. You would know.
Yes, yes.
Got it. Okay. All
I
right.
would know.
You could
Yes,
differentiate between the two. Gotcha. All
yes.
right.
He
I'm
would
gonna.
make a promise sometime.
I want to share something with you
Okay.
because you talked about your mom and when she passed. And wow, I just got hit with something in my mind here. It was 6 years ago. My mom passed this week.
Oh, my condolences.
Thank you. Didn't even realize that until we started talking, and maybe it's her talking. I don't know. But I get signs and symbols from her. They're very specific. I've talked about it before. And I know, that she presents or I'm presented with could be her name. It get very, 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 very specific. I'm skeptical, very specific. And then I was at church a couple of weeks ago, and they said something to the effect of, when you hear something from somebody and you connect it to them, it's really God speaking. It's not them. So now I'm wondering, maybe they're working together. But that's, and essentially what was said was, they don't have the power to do it, but God does. What are your thoughts on that? Because my jury is out, because what I get from her is very specific. Got to be honest with you.
I agree with you that they're working together. You
Okay.
know, he knows because he's our all in all, and she was certainly a Christian, and so I just feel that they're working together.
I'm kind of believing that now. I really am. How did this all begin for you? Your journey of wanting to help people and being there for them. Where did that all start?
Thank you. That's a good question. It started, my mother had an illness, and she was admitted to the hospital. And of course, I always thought she would be coming home one day, and she started declining. But I observed the doctors and the nurses and different medical care people that would come in and out of her room, and they were kind, explain things to her and to me and my brothers, and so, of course, my father. And so I said to myself, I would like to do something like this. I'd like to be nice to people. I would like to serve people. So after she passed, I decided I would be a candy striper because I was turning sweet 16. Where you
Wow.
think
I haven't heard that term in a long
I
time.
know, I
Wow.
know.
Wow.
And I was getting ready to turn sweet 16, where you think you know everything,
Mhm.
and you
Sure.
all of that and some cookies. And so, but I still wanted to serve and keep those memories close to me that uh, I observed in the hospital. And so I started being a candy striper, and, where they would let you take flowers to the different rooms that patients receive, cards and stuff like that. And I think the motivation too was that you could eat in the cafeteria after you do so many volunteer hours. And so they had all those good looking cakes and pies. And I thought, okay. But anyway,
Oh, so you do your job for the food. I get it now. Okay.
I just had to throw that in there because that was one
Mm.
of the things
The
that she.
perks of working. there,
Yeah,
or
one of the
volunteering
benefits.
benefits.
One
Thank
of
you.
the benefits. And so, but yes, that's what it was, is that I admired how they treated her and served her. And I wanted to do likewise, is to give of myself to someone else.
Beautiful. And you were named National Chaplain of the Year just a couple of years ago. Tell us about that.
Yes. I think that one was American Baptist.
Yeah.
Yes. And so um, I had been on the board where I would check, we have to do our board certification papers to be approved. And so I was on the board and I had to approve a lot of papers. And so um, sometime some of the people had different thoughts that didn't quite answer the question. And I would say to the president, this doesn't mean that they can't be a good chaplain. Let's think about this question.
Mm.
And they always said to me, you're so giving, uh, you're so compassionate, you're so encouraging. And they would say things like that because I didn't think that we should just say, no, we can't pass you. I was thinking that this answer could be the perfect situation for some of the cases that they would run into and be a blessing to that person, because we're blessed to be a blessing. And so I would always come up with, let's think about this. Let's
Mm.
not just X this person out or close this person out or not pass this individual. Let's think about this answer. And they uh, they thought about it and thought this is something to think about. And so I feel that being able to go over and beyond and navigate some of the things that um, a person was trying to accomplish and lead and guide them in the right direction um, could have had something to do with them thinking about she just was not just a chaplain, but she went over and beyond of caring. And
Mm.
the person that suggested me to be chaplain of the year, she wrote in and said that I was able to go into her room when she was having surgery. And they know that that usually is something that doesn't happen, that you go into the room while a person is having surgery. I prayed with her before, and I stood in the surgery room while she was having surgery. And I think that impressed them. That was the top of the line, to be there for that individual. And she never forgot it. So when the chaplaincy nomination came out, she sent my name in and told her story, her experience with me. And I think that kind of nailed it.
Mm. You made a you made a mark in her life.
Yes, that's what she tells. She says, you sowed a seed, you dropped a nugget, you went over and beyond. And I am so grateful that you were there.
Wow. I just got a memory. We were talking about our moms.
Yes.
Today would have been the wake for my mom. I just thought of a
Oh,
date. Yeah. It's
wow.
like, but you know what? There's a reason for everything.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a coincidence, but whatever. Um, Gotta ask this question. You've you've held prisoners before
Yes.
and supported them as a chaplain.
Yes.
The rest of us don't understand. We've never been in a prison, most of us. What what do you feel from those prisoners? What have they told you in general? The overall vibe that you've gotten.
That's a good question because they would say, I'm glad to be here. And I didn't understand that. I said,
Wow.
you're glad to
I
be here?
I, I didn't expect that.
Yes. And yeah, I didn't expect that. And they said to me, I could have been dead because I was living on the street. I was doing wrong things. I was in and out of places that I shouldn't have been. And now I got a nice bed. I'm warm and I can think, you know? And so then I could understand why they were saying, I'm glad to be here, because a lot of them were doing things and taking a chance on their life. And now they still have life, And so that's the way they broke it down to me. And I said, I see now. That is so true. Because if they wasn't on the street, they were in and out of places that they shouldn't have been,
Right.
could have been shot, killed, wounded.
You know what I'm getting here?
Yes.
They found peace.
Yes.
They found peace.
Yes.
Not maybe the way they wanted to, and it's, for a period of time, but if you don't have peace in your life, big thing missing. It's so funny. All through my life, I go to church and people say, peace be with you. Peace be with you. You say back, peace be with you. I was just saying it. Patricia, I would just repeat it back.
Yes.
Hey, whatever, peace be with you.
Yes.
I didn't realize what it meant until I realized that at one point I didn't truly have peace in my life.
Yes.
And not to say that things were bad. It was all good. It was all good. But that was truly missing.
She was still searching for something.
Yeah. And it was
when
peace.
You found it, you had peace, but you were still searching for something. But once you got it, it gave you peace.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know until you know.
That's right.
Really what it is.
And that's what they were trying to break down to me. And I was saying, wow, that makes sense. To know that you can now lay down in a bed, clean, and wake up in the morning, have a nice breakfast and all that. They just explained how life was so difficult for them,
Did you detect that they were remorseful about what has happened in their lives and what they may have done?
Some of them, not all of them.
Okay.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, yes. And very talented, intelligent, gifted,
Wow.
because I would have a church service with them, and I don't sing, but they could sing.
Wow.
I couldn't play the piano, but there was always one in the room that could either sing or play the piano, We could have a good time in the Lord.
Funny you should say that. I've done some podcasts with somebody who has an organization that does healing using the arts. And part of it is music. And part of it is working with those who are incarcerated. And pretty much what you just said, that it's within them. They're like super talented. And
yes.
in being able to express themselves through the arts, be it music, dance, whatever it is, it was a game changer in helping them heal. And it's my belief we all got stuff to heal from. We all
yes, do. Yes. Wow. That's one of the success that I claim in my life is learning from my failures,
Sure.
And maintaining and being able to help someone else.
There's a lesson in all of it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I learned a lot from you today. Patricia, wonderful talking with you. Give me your energy. It's just amazing. I don't know I got to get to Alaska. I don't know what's going on over there.
You're welcome. Please visit.
Probably same. We look at Alaska and we're thinking, oh my God, it's brutally cold. It's probably the same weather in New York. I don't know. What do you think your temperature is Fahrenheit?
It's in the two digits, so we're doing good.
Be thankful for what you got. Yeah, it's 2 digits today. I'm good. I'm good. Wonderful talking with you. I truly see why you are our professional of the year in what you've done, in what you've given, and what you continue to share with others. And thank you so much for being here today.
Look forward to meeting you. Land of the Midnight Sun is Alaska.
Wow. And I have to say this, peace be with you.
Thank you. Shalom, shalom.
Oh, love it. Thank you. We'll talk soon. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.